Good day, good people. My name is Gabo Sekwele and I'm an online math tutor here to help young children turn their struggles into their successes. Today, we will be talking about helping your child with math at home. Like I said, I'm an online math tutor, which means I help young children improve their grades in math in the comfort of their own home. So today I'm going to be showing you how I do this. If you're a parent who's thinking of homeschooling your kids, or if you're a parent who works full-time but still has their child constantly ask for help with math, then this video is for you. So let's get into it. To help your child with math at home, the first thing you need to remember is what your child needs to succeed in math. Your child needs to first understand the theory of math, and then they also need to practice math. Now, if you can help your child focus on these two areas and in that order, there is a very high chance that your child is going to do very well in math. Now that we know what you will be helping them with, let's see how you're actually going to go about it. But parents, let's get one thing straight. Helping them does not mean doing the work for them. The following tips that I'm going to share with you can only work if you enable your child to be independent. In other words, you doing the work for them is not going to help them succeed in math. So you need to remember that you're just acting as a guide, nothing more. Okay, so do you remember the first thing your child needs to do to succeed in math? They need to understand the theory behind math. Now, most children don't actually know how to do that. They don't actually know how to go about understanding the theory behind math. They need to be shown how to learn and understand the theoretical side of math. So that's where you come in. Your job in this case is to show them how to study math correctly. That being how to actually learn and understand the theoretical side of math. So I'm briefly going to show you how you can help them learn to study math the right way. But if you want more in-depth detail about this, I have a whole video on it, and it is entitled The Study Skills That Your Child Needs in Order to Succeed in Math. I will link it right up here for you, as well as down in the description. So let's say your child has started a new topic in class. Now, to understand the theory behind this new topic, your child needs to understand what all the math keywords of that topic mean. For example, let's say your child has started working on fractions. Your child now needs to sit down and figure out the meaning of the word fraction. They also need to figure out the meaning of the word division and any other keyword that is related to the topic fractions. Even if it's a word that they think they understand, they need to find all the keywords that they will be working with in fractions and then get the meanings behind those keywords. And then they also need to think about how these meanings relate to the main topic of fractions. How does division relate to fractions? What is the purpose of division in fractions? That's the mental processes that your child needs to go through in order to understand the theory behind math. Note, they haven't touched a pen and a paper, they haven't started practicing, they haven't started calculating, they are just getting the theory in the bag. Now, this process does take time, but it is so important for your child to do it if they want to do well in math. So to help them, you can encourage them to do this research and what their understanding of these keywords are. If you have time, you can also do this exercise. Find the keywords, do research behind it, understand their meanings, and then come back to your child and then ask them questions based on what you found, just to test their understanding. Remember, don't do the work for them. So don't tell them the answers to your questions. Instead, if you realize that they haven't quite got it, encourage them to do more research and then come back to you with a proper answer. If they still don't get it, encourage them to go back and do more research and come back with an answer. That way their understanding of this topic improves, and so will their overall grades. So that's really your job. You can help them by showing them a couple of keywords of this new topic and then encouraging them to do research on the meanings of these keywords. Encourage them to find the answers either in their textbook or credible math websites, or anything else that is reliable. When they are done with their research, you can ask them to explain their findings. As they do that, listen to their explanation. As you listen, make sure that their explanations is in their own words and that it's clear and simple, not long-winded, not complex, because that might be an indication that they still don't quite get it. And if it is long-winded and complex, they need to go back, do more research, and then come back to you and explain it to you again. If you really want a better explanation of this entire process that I just shared with you, please go down to the video that I linked down in the description, as well as in the cards. I'll link it again up here, so don't forget to check it out. Okay, so now that they understand the theory of math, now that they've gotten the meanings to those keywords and they have the basic understanding of this new topic, they can then move on to the second thing they need to focus on, which is practicing math. Your child needs to spend a lot of time practicing math. The homework that they get from school is most probably not enough. They really do need more. So you can help them by giving them access to good math resources, websites that have question papers and practice questions that can enable them to practice math. Make sure that they get at least an extra 30 minutes to an hour of additional math practice each day of what they did that day in class. A good math website that I love is IXL.com. I love their website because it's interactive. You also don't have to go through the struggle of finding the right answers to these questions because IXL actually gives your child feedback on their answers, which means less work for you. Again, keep in mind, you are just a guide. So if your child keeps coming back to you asking for your help when practicing math, do not give them the right answers right away, or don't give them the exact method that they should have followed right away. Tell them to go and do their own research first. Usually when kids struggle with practicing math and actually calculating math, it's because they didn't do a thorough job with the theoretical side. That foundation wasn't laid properly. So the practical side is struggling a bit. So they most probably have to go back to understanding the theoretical side of math and then come back to the practical side. So let's say they properly understand the theory, so the theory is not the problem. Still, encourage them to go and do their research before you give them the correct answer immediately. And if they still cannot sort it out themselves, ask them questions that will lead them to the right conclusion, whether be it the correct answer or the correct method that they should have used. The point is, don't give them the correct answer immediately. Lead them to it. If you want more information about reliable math websites and resources that your child can use, I have a video on that as well, and I'll link it up in the cards as well as down in the description for you. So parents, in summary, you can help your child with math at home by encouraging them to focus on one, understanding the theory of math, and then two, practicing math in that order. Now you can help them understand math by showing them how to actually study math correctly, and then you can help them focus on practicing math by actually giving them access to good math resources that have a ton of question papers. If they have any questions, whether they're trying to understand the theory or they're trying to practice math, instead of giving them the right answer immediately, encourage them to do their own research. And if they still can't sort it out themselves, then lead them to the right conclusion. Don't just give them the answer immediately. This whole process helps them to develop their thinking, and which will ultimately help them to develop their understanding of math. Parents, thank you so much for the time that you've given me in watching this video. I appreciate it. If you are in search of an online math tutor, please go down to my website. I have the link down in the description, and you can set up a free consultation with me there. Thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.